Alright people, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about how to stop hiring idiots, at the same time, how to stop being a broke little fucking bitch, right? So, there's a few things on the agenda today. First of all, I look amazing, look at me. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. First of all, let me make sure that my massive muscles don't cover the screen. Oh yeah. I wish I could like see this somehow. Well, I can't, so who the hell cares, right? Basically, here's how to stop hiring broke idiots and stop being fucking broke yourself. So, I've gone through a lot of people. You know, I run a video agency, boom, a little like that, like a YouTube agency. I go through a lot of people. I hire a lot of people. I train a lot of people. I pay a lot of people. My payroll, I would say, is too big. I would say I pay too many people, so I need to learn a little bit of a lesson myself. But I pay a lot of people, and I pay them pretty well, I would say, because I used to edit myself, and I'd really, really hate when this guy would not pay me enough or anything at all, right? So you have to stop hiring broke idiots if you want to scale your company, right? Especially if you're a type of company that's an agency and that work is being delivered to clients. And I'll tell you why. And I'm going to start with a story about the $5 guy, right? So basically, at one point, I had hired this guy. He cost ridiculously low, like $5 a video, right? And I actually offered him about 25 to start, but he wouldn't. He literally said, no, bro, come on, 15, whatever. So maybe he was being nice. I don't really know, right? He worked with me for around 3 months. So for 3 months, this guy started working with me, whatever. He was okay. Like his work was good, but he was bad at like the small stuff, right? Like the delivery, that type of stuff, right? Which makes a big difference when you're running an agency. So at one point, right, I had just signed a really, really big client. This was probably 9 to 10 months ago, so it was my first like massive deal, and I think it was like an 8K a month deal, and I had to do a sample video, right? This guy completely disappeared for the sample video, and I had no one else that could do the video style that I promised the guy, so I actually never ended up signing that guy because he disappeared. Now, could that have happened to anyone? Yes, but none of my other guys that I pay a lot more ever disappear. So this guy, I mean, depending on how long I signed him for, this guy probably cost me 20K because I got someone who was so cheap and wanted to be underpaid. Yeah, I tried to pay more. He didn't let me, bro. So a lot of these guys are inconsistent. That's why you should also hire people who've been working for others for a long time, so you know what you're getting into. So that's the story about the $5 guy. I probably wouldn't. That really pissed me off. You have to make more to pay more. That's the other thing. A lot of people can't afford to give their people a good wage, and I was like that for some point, right? And I mean, I'm just gonna tell you because I don't lie. My videos cost me $50 to the client, right? And all the time, this would actually end up costing them less. Because let's say we had a 30 to 60 video package, they would probably end up getting 40 to 45 per video, right? So, because I have to pay my editors a decent wage, I was paying them $15 to $20 on these type of videos. And I still am for some of them, and I really hope to get them off because that's not good. That's also why I hire from India, just so I can they can still live off that wage. But the thing is, this is very reasonable in terms of a margin. That's a 2x margin. I still had to script the video, I still ideate them. So I was doing a lot of work and they were doing the editing. So this is not a healthy relationship because $20 a video is very low. There's people who's gonna offer more, right? But the issue is that those people aren't gonna have as much work as I would as an agency, right? And if it's just bad because they're gonna the editors are gonna get mad. They're gonna start working worse. And I actually had this happen to a guy. He just fucking completely left. Started doing videos like one video every 5 days. I just completely fucked off with him, even though I did give him the raise that he asked for. So they just start working really poorly. That's it. They just start working bad because they're not happy with the money. They think they're not going to get dedicated to it, and they just stop working. So this is a bad relationship, right? Because if I'm charging $40, giving them 20, I make only a 2x profit, and they're unhappy, right? So my solution to this was very simple. I just raised my prices by a considerable margin. So let's give you a nice little example. So me being the idiot that I used to be, again, I was charging 50. So now, let's say 3 months ago, I was taking probably, I never talk about current shit. I only talk about last gen shit. Keep you on your toes. You're never gonna know what's coming. So I used to do 75 per video, right? Now I could very reasonably go to $30 per edit. Now for the editor, that's a 33% increase from 20 to 30. So they're really happy. That's a pretty big raise. I don't know what industry you get in a sudden 33% raise. Normally it's like a 6% annual raise. Here, because I'm the shit TV, I give 33% raises, right? They're also in India, so they're fucking happy, bro. I remember the expression on one of my guys' face. It was like the first month he worked with me, and I think his check was like $2,200 by the end of the month, and I'm pretty sure that's like the yearly salary or average yearly salary in India. He was so happy, bro. And I like making people happy. That's why I hire out of India, not just so I can save costs, but because I want to make people happy, right? It's going to cost me 10x more to hire out of America. They're going to be lazier. They're going to be worse. They're going to be harder to pay, harder to control, because they can go work at McDonald's for 15 bucks an hour. So that's why I like to do it. I'm a nice guy. I consider myself nice. I was an immigrant once, so I definitely understand the how it works, and I might actually move to a cheaper country so I can live like that. But that's a 33% raise for them, right? But for me, that's only a smaller hit, right? Because I have to pay them $10 more per video, but I'm charging the client $25 more per video. So I actually end up making 15 bucks more per video, and the editor gets paid. This is an economy of scale. This is the exact purpose. So let's say theoretically, right now, I would be charging, I don't know, let's say $100 a short, nice round number, 100, right? Now, based on that number, that's another what? No, that's another $25 increase. That's is that what, a 25% increase? So the editor for the old one was being paid 30, so 25% of 30. Let's just go to 40, right? Because it's gonna be a nice even number. Now, right? So I used to charge 75 for 30 and pay the editor 30. Now I'm charging 100, paying them 40. So here my profit now is $60 per video, and here 75 and 30, my profit was 45. So again, I'm making another 15 extra dollars per video, and the editor gets another $10 per video. So this is an economy of scale. This is a basic concept, and it works extremely well, right? Because, you know, even though I'm paying them, they're saying percentage wise, right, increase as I get paid more than the editor. And if you're in India or if you're somewhere else like that, $40 a video, it takes about 2 to 3 hours of your time. Obviously, you know, they're being paid more. They're going to be a lot happier. They're going to deliver on time. That makes them extremely happy. So that's what I do. That's what I still have some guys that are, I'm not doing that for, because it depends on client work, you know, depending on how good the client is. But I'd really like to transition to that, and that's the economy of scale. That's why you actually have to charge more to pay more, right? So that's the basic math of paying guys more. But bad employees are a real pain in the ass, because you can never pinpoint what to do with them, right? If a lot of the times in the industry, the way to sign a client, for me at least, is I would have to provide them a free video, and I have to over deliver. So I tell the client 24 hours until the video gets delivered, right? I try to deliver in 12, because that's how the client works. Now, these guys that we're working with know that, right? But sometimes they can't deliver the video in 12 hours. Now, you know, obviously everyone has, you know, mother in the hospital, whatever, that happens, that's life. But if it's consistent, you know that's not what's happening. And a lot of times because they're unmotivated, they don't really care enough about you, and you know that you won't fire them if you don't do that, right? So very simply, you have to pay them more. Over time, all of these small things like slower delivery times, slightly worse quality on the products, you know, needing more revisions, just bad stuff, right? Like, just don't check their work. Just laziness and incompetence slowly adds up. If you're a client, right, and you're paying me $5,000 per month to deliver video content, you'd expect that content to be flawless, and I don't blame you. It's $5,000. That's a big sum. That's a really big sum. So, you know, I mean, that's part of it being a great manager like myself. I'm good at catching these things like revisions before they even reach the client. But it'd be best if you didn't have to do that, right? Save you some time. So that's what bad employees do. They have bad speed. They work pretty slow, right? Which is to cost you time, cost the clients time, cost you clients. Revisions, lots of revisions, especially on basic stuff that shouldn't need a revision, right? I mean, spelling the word, help, and they somehow do it like this. You shouldn't need to tell someone about how to spell the word help with an E. But it happens because they're bad employees and you don't pay them enough. A higher quality guy wouldn't make that type of mistake. So revisions, that's the next thing. And the thing is, oh no, I was 4 hours late on a video, whatever. These things add up over time, and they make your whole company a mess. They make it so, okay, a little bit late this time, and then that time the video had like an audio error, and this time it had like UI changes and blah blah blah. And at the end of the day, they're paying $5,000 for low quality work that's not being managed properly. So these small things, they add up to a large, big, bad thing. I'm drawing this with a mouse. Please, give me a little bit of leniency here. So when I made a lot of these mistakes myself, right? I made a lot of underpayments. When I first started editing, when I was actually doing it myself, and that's why I think I'm a pretty good manager overall, because I used to do it myself, so I know how it feels to edit. I can't edit that good anymore, maybe because I haven't done it in 10 months, but It's fun. It's fun. It's interesting. So I underpaid quite a bit a lot of the time, right? So I was paying these guys maybe $10 a video. That's really low. And they're actually doing really decent work. They were doing really good clips that went semi-viral. I don't know, maybe I'm gonna say, well, I mean, for it was a channel with 500 subs, so 10K, 100K is pretty good for that type of stuff. They were doing really good. And I made the mistake of not rewarding good work. So that 100K, right? What I would do now is if an editor made a really good video and it went viral, I would have given him a bonus right away. So probably the cost of the video. So if I paid him 30, I would give him a $30 bonus, right? If it made the client more, right? If I have a system with the client in place, like for per 100,000 views, I get a $100 bonus. I'll give them 70% of that bonus. So just to reward good work, right? But it's really stupid to underpay, like we talked about before, but I made this mistake a lot. I underpaid a lot, and that's why for about almost a year of me having my agency, my delivery was slow. I had a lot of revisions that had to be made. And a lot of them were stupid as well. A lot of them that like any idiot could catch, like mistypings, glitches in animations, that type of stuff, right? Obviously now I catch them if they exist, but I prefer to have people that don't make these types of mistakes. And, you know, like slow delivery times. So that's, I mean, you really just don't want to mess with hiring low quality competent people because they'll be angry and they'll do bad work. And one more thing, I used to also do this, and this is my mistake. I used to wait a long time before I paid people. Now, at some point this was for various reasons. A lot of it was due to the fact that a few months ago I had to buy a car for my parents. Well, I didn't have to. I was being a bit of an idiot, honestly, and I bought a car for my mom. She needed a new car. So I had to buy a car. I think I dropped around 17 on it, right? And I was out of money. And at that time, I still owed videos to clients. We hadn't finished our monthly packages. So I couldn't pay the editors what they were worth at that time because I normally do maybe bi-weekly payments. So I had to, you know, drag out 2 to 3 weeks before I could pay them. Obviously, at the end, I did pay them, right? I did pay them. I tried my best, but they were not really happy. About 4 out of the 5 that were my best guys, the ones that I trained, the ones that I worked with for a long time, the ones that I know if I give them a project, they'll do it with the best thing possible. I wouldn't even have to check their work. I still do, but they're the best, right? They're the shit TV. They're the cream of the crop. 4 or 5 of them threatened to quit, which makes sense. Imagine you have to work. You don't get paid. I would be pissed too. And the thing is, at that time, I didn't really have a choice. I could have asked my dad for money to pay them. I decided not to. But none of them ended up quitting. They're still working with me now. But that was a really good eye-opener for me. You need to pay people. You need to pay them on time, especially as fast as possible, right? Sometimes there's situations with payment methods, whatever. But at most, I think I've taken consistently maybe a day or 2 to pay someone. Also, an employee is just like a client in many ways. You know, they like how you pay them. If you subtly just literally throw in an extra $5 every invoice, literally, yeah, they did a good job. There wasn't anything exceptional, but you say, yeah, good job. It was done fast. If you throw an extra $5 every invoice, they'll be happy. They'll be like, okay. I mean, nominally, what is $5? It's nothing, right? But mindset wise, they'll be thinking of you as more of a partner than a employee, which is the end, an employer, which is the end goal. So I made a lot of mistakes myself with underpaying, not paying on time, just being a jackass essentially. I still am a jackass, but I was a bigger jackass then. And same thing, we talked about cheap and expensive hiring because cheap people do bad shit. Expensive people do good shit, and they're the ones that you want to keep around. The other thing is hiring costs. You know how much it costs to hire and sort and find people that work good? If you already have them, you should just keep them, which is what I try to do. So life lesson, stop hiring idiots and you'll stop being broke. So basically, solution, this guy, and once you do that, you'll have this. That was today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey, wait. I own all of you, by the way. You better watch the next one. You better leave a like. You better leave a comment. You better share, or else bad things are gonna happen. Also, if you like to join my Telegram group chat where I share amazing things like this each day, there'll be a link down in the bio or description or somewhere on my page. If not, comment. I'll give it to you. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I'm a busy guy, type shit. All right, that's it. Peace.